Hi BookTube, it's Gina. Happy Friday. How are you? I am doing great. It's the weekend. I've read some really fun books this week, and I think it's been a little while since I've updated you on my reading, so I thought it would be fun to hop on and just share what I've read. I had the best reading experience with one of these books. Let's just go ahead and start with that because I think I might have found a favorite new author, and that is, I don't know if you can see this, The Homemaker by Dorothy Canfield Fisher. This is a beautiful Persephone edition that I bought on a shopping excursion with my friend Gina when she was here visiting. One of the bookstores in Seattle, is it called Greenwood Books? I can't remember. Is carrying Persephone's now. We were so excited that they had these in stock to flip through and look at. You can make sure the font is okay. And so I bought this book. Gina suggested it to me. I've not read anything by Dorothy Canfield Fisher before, which is very surprising to me. Now that I've read this book, I loved it. Loved it. It was so good. She nailed the characters in this book. So basically, the premise is a husband and a wife with 3 kids, and it was written in 1924. So it's 100 years old, almost, a little over. And the times were definitely different. So the husband and the wife are typical village family in America. Husband goes out to work. He's miserable. He hates it. Wife stays home, takes care of the kids. Miserable, hates it. But they don't really realize that they're miserable and hate it. They just put their heads down and struggle to fulfill their expected roles, their societal roles. The children are miserable, the parents are miserable, and the way she gets into their heads and describes their misery in the beginning part of this book is just, it's wonderful. She just gets in there and it's so good. And then it was very tense, and I was like, oh my God, this is very tense. But then something happens, something terrible happens, and their roles are flipped, and everyone blossoms. And as tense as the first part of the book was, the second part of the book just becomes a joy, and everybody just thrives. And we don't know how they're going to make it, if they're going to be able to make it work long term. And it's absolutely wonderful how she has nailed the limits on gender roles back in 1924. It's fantastic. So I actually just started Understood Betsy, which is also written by her and is a children's book. And I'm also loving that. I bought a little bind up on my Kindle because I buy these books and I love them, but then I don't want to read them because I don't want to mess them up. So for 99 cents, they had a bind up of, I think, 5 of her other books, which is great because now I can read some of her other books. And I think I'm going to really, really love her. She's fantastic. So that was a very, very fun surprise. Next, I've read 2 Christmas romances by Betty Neals. This is The Fifth Day of Christmas. I showed you this one before. I love these old vintage Harlequin romances. This one was actually published in 1971. I think Betty Neals, 1971, but holy moly, this felt like it was written in 1940. It felt very retro to me. The I don't know, the confusion that these old romances have to have some lack of communication between the couple, some confusion, some conflict. And the conflict I found a little ridiculous in this one because the man had apparently promised to marry a woman who was recuperating from polio in his home. He's a doctor. But he never promised to marry her. He never asked her to marry him. They were never engaged. So it was a little, I was like, this is 1971. She'll be fine if you don't marry her. But I think we pretty much know what's going to happen in this. So I really enjoyed this. Some very cozy Christmas scenes, especially in the beginning when these two are stranded together in a big house and she's a nurse and he's a doctor. So loved that. But I also, even though I had some issues, which I think with a lot of these early romances, they're just a little silly, which is fine. But I bought this when Gina was here too, and I read, you can't tell, but this is a bind up of two books, The Mistletoe Kiss and The Vicar's Daughter. And I jumped right in and read The Vicar's Daughter, which I liked a lot more than The Fifth Day of Christmas. I liked both of them, but this one I liked a lot more. The conflict was completely different and really only got to be that weird point in the last maybe 5 pages of the book, and you at that point already know how it's going to end up. But some good cozy Christmas scenes in that one too. Really enjoyed it. So I'm going to start in with The Mistletoe Kiss and read that one this weekend. But definitely loving the Betty Neals Christmas romances. What else? Oh, I read A Highland Christmas, which is a Hamish Macbeth mystery by M.C. Beaton. It's a long series. I've read a few of them. I haven't read any of the Hamish Macbeth mysteries in quite a while. And I didn't realize A Highland Christmas was actually more of a novella. So it's very short, but very enjoyable. There's no murder. It is the mystery of a lost cat, some stolen Christmas tree lights, which I tell you is right up my alley. It was delightful and very cozy. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 books. I also finished Sleeping Murder, the Agatha Christie book. I might have already told you about that one. I don't remember, but I really loved that one too. The premise of Sleeping Murder is a young woman, newly married, is out searching for a house to buy and sees a house and knows that it's for her. And as she's like visiting the house, she starts to realize that she knows things about the house that she shouldn't if she had never been there before. And so the mystery is, why was she there before? And then why does she remember a potential murder happening in the house? And this was when she was a small child. So it's a Miss Marple mystery, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, I've got some fun reading in store for me this weekend. I'm going to finish Understood Betsy by Dorothy Canfield Fisher. I'm going to, which is on my Kindle, I'm going to read The Mistletoe Kiss by Betty Neals. And I'm going to continue to flip through my Christmas books that I showed you on our last video. I just enjoy a cozy, quiet weekend. So I'd love to hear what you're reading, how your Christmas preparations are going, and I will talk to you later.